Somewhere along the way, we absorbed a strange belief that attractive people tend to have worse personalities, that beauty hides shallowness, arrogance, or cruelty behind it. Popular culture even gives the idea a shape. Pretty privilege has a price, and the price is character. But is any of this true? Or is the belief doing the judging for us? Here is the first surprise. The documented bias runs the other way. In 1972, psychologists Karen Dion, Ellen Berscheid, and Elaine Walster published a study titled What is Beautiful is Good. They showed people photographs of strangers and asked them to judge character. The attractive faces were rated kinder, more honest, more successful, and more socially skilled. The science found a what is beautiful is good stereotype, not the reverse. So the belief that beauty hides a bad personality is not a scientific finding. It is a reversal of the documented bias. And reversals are rarely neutral. When a society officially flatters the beautiful, folk wisdom often rebels by condemning them. That rebellion has a name in philosophy. Nietzsche called it herd morality. In Beyond Good and Evil, section 202, Nietzsche described herd morality as the morality of the mediocre, the timid, and the resentful. The herd does not celebrate excellence. It fears it. Whatever stands out, the strong, the brilliant, the beautiful, becomes suspect. And so the herd invents moral reasons to drag the exceptional down. Beauty becomes arrogance. Confidence becomes vanity. Nietzsche deepened this in On the Genealogy of Morality. The weak, he argued, cannot defeat the strong, so they do something cleverer. They redefine goodness itself. Good becomes what is safe, humble, and ordinary. And the radiant, the beautiful, the exceptional, they are cast as the bad ones. Nietzsche called this inversion Ressentiment, resentment that has learned to speak the language of morality. Gustave Le Bon saw the same machinery in crowds. In The Crowd, published in 1895, he argued that individuals in a crowd surrender their independent judgment. The group thinks as one, and it punishes whatever differs. A crowd that resents beauty will moralize that resentment. Everyone whispers that the pretty one is shallow, and suddenly it feels like truth, because everyone is saying it. The psychology is older still. In 1920, Edward Thorndike named the halo effect. One trait, like good looks, colors every other judgment. The folk belief is the halo effect running in reverse, a horn effect. One trait, beauty, triggers suspicion of everything else. But a bias running backward is still a bias. It tells us how the mind shortcuts, not what people are like. So what does the evidence say about character and face? In 1992, Alan Feingold meta-analyzed decades of studies. Attractive people scored slightly better on social skills and mental health, because the world treats them more warmly, a self-fulfilling prophecy. But on honesty, kindness, and moral character, the correlations were near zero. Faces do not carry moral information. Both the beautiful and the plain contain saints and monsters. Here is the uncomfortable part. The belief says more about the believer than the believed. If you assume the attractive are shallow, you are running the herd's program, Ressentiment with a psychological license. And the belief is also just bad logic. Attractive people can be cruel. Plain people can be cruel. Kindness is not distributed by the face. So when the thought rises that one is probably arrogant, that one is probably shallow, stop and ask who is speaking, the herd or you. Nietzsche's challenge was to think past the herd inside your own head. Judge people as individuals, not as faces. The face is a surface. Character lives below it, and only meeting a person, not assuming one, ever finds it.